So your audio's in the stream.
Yeah, we should just do it like this every time. This is great.
We should do it naked though.
Alright.
No.
So,
Alright, Greg.
Do you want me to get banned?
Alright, go ahead. Now you
we can start?
Yes, you can. You
Oh,
go
are we
ahead.
supposed to call
Hello, America.
Tyler, let him have this. Go ahead.
Hello,
America.
Hello,
America.
He doesn't care about that.
Hello, America.
Hello, America.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bickering Gamers. Gee, I bet you were feeling mighty fine to hear this sexy voice again. This is Triple M reporting in. Captain Triple M to you.
Hi, everybody.
An hour later after his introduction. Alright, well, have to close it for tonight. This is the end of our video.
Hi, everybody.
Well, this is
Hello.
Alright, so
Silence.
it's been too long.
Weren't we supposed to call Nick?
Nick said he couldn't do it. It's been too long, Internet. How are you?
I bet you the internet is mighty psyched to hear my sexy voice again.
Okay. That glowing example of humility aside. Yes, welcome back to Bigger Gamers. This time we're not just going to do an E3 video and disappear off the face of the earth. Today we're doing a new topic. Yes.
And that topic is VGAD.
Let Shadow Drago handle this one. He chose the topic tonight.
Yes, Shadow Drake.
Okay. The topic for today.
I actually lost one of my saves.
Commentary or non-commentary gaming videos.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool
And the
idea.
controversy behind them.
Yeah, as you all know, Shadow Drago does non-commentary most of the time, and
Yeah.
we mainly do commentary.
No, I think that's an interesting idea. So, yeah, especially with the varied amounts of YouTube styles we do. Video styles, I should say, because nowadays a lot of us are doing Twitch and live streaming. No, I think that's interesting. I need to crack my back a little bit. I need to crack my back. No, it's interesting because now one thing that's going to be easy for us to get into in this conversation is probably talk a lot about copyright issues with YouTube, and I think we should just try to avoid that today. I'm just going to say that now. I think that should be one rule we should avoid. Just avoid talking about the fair use of copyright, because that's all we'll end up talking about. And I think by now everyone knows our feelings on that anyway.
Yeah.
We talked about that to death in many videos. But yeah, that is. I mean, like, the one thing I will say is that is an issue with non-commentary videos. It's a lot easier for them to get copyright strikes and notices. It's difficult because it's like. It's not like they're pretty clever when it comes to video games. It's not that they use the visuals, because you can actually, because it's a video game, you can move multiple, like infinite amount of ways, especially in a 3D environment. And you know, it takes a lot for it to just so happen to match over 15 seconds of footage. So they use the music. That's what they use. They use the music to capture it. So it's a lot more audible and non-commentary. So it's a lot harder for them. That's the other thing I think should be mentioned on the copyright stuff. Yeah, I mean, as a whole, non-commentary and commentary videos have a lot of patterns. Like, commentary videos is much more common because that's why I want to mention the copyright thing with non-commentary first. It's like it's because when you commentate over a video, it makes what is called transformative work, where yes, you took a copyrighted property, but you used it as a method of creating your own original piece. So, like, you know, like I said, you can move a character in a video game any number of ways you want. That will take a lot to match something on what YouTube will recognize. Like a movie, it's a lot simpler. A movie will always move the same way. A video game is different. So yeah, again, they use the music, and trust me, they get me on that too. Like when I did the Donkey Kong video last week, they got me 3 times on 3 songs. It was so annoying, and it's like because it lasts over 15 seconds, but yeah, it's like the main idea here is you know, a big thing is copyright, and that's why I want to avoid talking about it. That's why we'll keep it this intro, because we can go on and on about this for hours. But like, I mean, as an entertainment value, that is the reason why commentary-based video game videos are so much more common, because they're transformative work. And what a lot of people actually do now is, when it comes to non-commentary, I saw a great pattern with a lot of non-commentary videos are meant for tutorial, or they're meant for walkthroughs, where you won't want a guy explaining what he's doing. You just want to see the quickest way to like when you're not speaking. Not only do you play better because you're not multitasking, right, Tyler?
Yep.
But also but also you're doing it the fastest way you can think of. You know, there's less to do at the same time. You're not trying to make things entertaining. You're just simply going from point A to point B as fast as you can to show them all the strategy you have to do. Like, sometimes I do prefer it when these walkthrough guys will put, like, text explaining some things that aren't visually obvious. But yeah, then there's, it's cool like that. I mean, I personally, for myself, I've always preferred commentary works. Like, I will watch non-commentary works, but...
Like Shadow?
Yeah, but, like... It's like you know what it is. It's like the reason why people like there's this phenomenon of watching people play video games is because you watch it for the personality of the player. You know, you watch it for the commentator. It's like when you watch a movie with commentary. You probably saw that movie a million times.
Actually, a lot of times I watch a lot of commentary videos.
Yeah.
Because they give me like new strategies in the game,
and they
new
teach
play
you
styles.
Yeah, exactly, and they teach you something. Like I remember, I actually got I actually never liked the game Sonic Heroes, but then I saw a Let's Play of it.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah, like I like it. It was fine, but I thought it had all problems. But then I saw a Let's Play of it where a guy was really good at it, and he taught us this is how you play without losing control of the character. Because that was always a big problem. You lost control of them.
I never lost control of them.
Yeah, and it's like what version did you have?
I had the PS2.
Oh, that's why. You had the ones with like the 3 frames per second.
No, I also played the GameCube version.
Yeah, the GameCube version a lot of people say is the best. They're slippery. It's annoying. Like he's showing us like this is how you avoid that, and it's like it became a much more enjoyable game because of it. I mean that could also be accomplished in non-commentary too. Like sometimes a little stronger too, because you know you're not distracted. Like even though the viewer is not distracted, but you know that is a big problem.
Get straight to the point.
Yeah, but that is a big problem with commentary videos. Sometimes is if you're a viewer, typically you're gonna want to watch a game you're like nostalgic about or you saw a million times. Because when I was mentioning the movie commentary thing before, I mentioned that because. And when you watch a movie commentary, it's because you love the movie and you see it so many times, you're going to be ecstatic to hear the director's thoughts of the movie. Or,
Get their opinion.
yeah, you want to hear what they think. Like, it's the same idea with the Let's Play. Now, sometimes it's a little more of a risk if you're just going to play a game that you liked but nobody else played, or you played a new game that people will watch once to see how it is and then drop it if you're trying to make it a Let's Play series. That's a big advantage for non-commentary videos. They'll play like a lot of them will play like the first few levels of a game or play major points of a game, and then people get to check it out and see what it's like without having to hear an opinion on it. You know, like, it's interesting. Like, that's what I would go for it for. Like a lot of times, like let's say I would want I want to find a collectible at a level of this platformer game. What I would do is I would most likely try to look for a non-commentary video, because you know what it is. Whenever I watch a Let's Play and they make it as a walkthrough, they take forever to get started, and then they take forever to get to the point. That's like have you guys ever looked up how to do a computer thing or how to fix something? And the guy spends like 10 minutes on his damn intro, and then he finally gets how to do it. Sometimes I like the ones that puts the text up, one sentence, and then they do it. You know, like it does. I think it is interesting how it does go beyond video games too. Yeah. Tyler has to fix the mic.
You know, if Triple M has anything to say about this, he does. He actually prefers commentary.
Oh, I was going to do a drum roll, but you gave it way too soon.
Yes.
Well, why don't you give us your reasoning?
Well, you see, Triple M has been listening to this one video on YouTube by Triple M. It was on We Aces. He actually did a very good commentary on it. He's got a nice voice, you know. So, you know, I also enjoy hearing the uploaders' views on things, you know.
Right.
That's what I like about it.
Right.
It's always good. Maybe he can also tell certain things to the audience that maybe they didn't know. Because sometimes if you're just watching it, you might not catch things, you know. The guy can actually, you could actually speak about what you're doing, you know.
Yeah.
Little Easter eggs you might not catch.
Right. No, yeah.
After all, words are, in my not-so-humble opinion, a most inexhaustible source of magic.
Yeah, that's true. It's the power of communication
Yes.
that creates our civilization.
very neat and profound.
Yeah, indeed.
Gotta write that down.
Yeah, word. Just word.
How about you, Shadow Draco?
I actually started gaming with non-commentary. I was inspired to do gaming videos by non-commentary channels.
Yeah,
Such as Master LL and Omega Evolution. And they actually, most of the videos are non-commentary, very simple, straight to the point. Either it's a boss scene or it's the part of the story that they want to show off the game for the people that don't want them to hear them talk over the actual story and give them plot.
Right, absolutely.
I would say that's more good for playthroughs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can because you get the basic idea what the game's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And it's up to you to decide whether you want to buy it or you better watch someone else play it.
yeah.
Because in case of Mega Evolution, he plays it on the hardest difficulties of each Tales game I've ever seen.
Right.
And he's the one that inspired me to start working on JRPG games.
No, yeah, that's what's great about non-commentary, because, like, but the thing is, it's like, that's where commentary comes in, because a lot of, before Slow Beef and the dawning of Let's Play, that, like, a lot of video game videos you'd see are either reviews, or would be, like, trailers or scenes from the games that people record off their capture devices. But, where commentary, like, here's the thing, what makes commentary different than non-commentary is commentary has more length. You're able to play more of it because, again, it's transformative, and there's someone keeping you there as a personality. And it's like, I noticed something when you notice with non-commentary, it's going to be a long series. Is there's two ways. Either yes, they will play it the hardest, and they'll show you how talented they are at the game. Because like sometimes it's amazing just to watch a guy who is so good at a game. Like just watch this guy. Like there's that, and then there's also speedrunners. Speedrunners can't do commentary. I mean, they can do post commentary, meaning they record the game first and then they'll talk over it later. But for a large part, a lot of speedrunners that I would watch, their speedruns are completely silent, and you know, it works out. You're not watching it for a personality. Then you're watching it because it's impressive. You're impressed. And, you know, that can show you how to, you know, and you can start observing and seeing better ways that you might be missing of playing a game. Because sometimes, like, a game can seem straightforward, but it'd be amazing what little things you can do to make the experience, like, easier or harder even if you wanted to. Yeah, like, sometimes I would love to just put up non-commentary myself. It's too late for me now, but sometimes I would, because it would make my life a lot easier. Because I like a lot less time I have to spend rendering, a lot less time I spend recording.
Yeah.
So that would be great. And all the avoided microphone problems, I wouldn't need to deal with it. That would be great sometimes, but
You know who makes good non-commentary videos?
I know exactly what you're doing.
Shadow Dragon 90.
Yeah.
Did you ever? Hey, Shadow Dragon 90. Did you ever hear that guy? Shadow Dragon 90.
Yeah. Still working on getting the ending I want.
Yep. You see, internet. That is what a dipshit sounds like.
Who?
You!
Who's you?
You, man.
No, who's on third? You's on first.
What's a use?
I don't know. Something you do to your ex-girlfriend.
Very good.
Thank you.
That was very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What does Tyler have to say? Because we contractually have to get him at least 2 minutes cumulative in each video now.
Yeah.
It's in his contract.
What contract?
Yeah, he's non-union.
Yeah.
No, I am union.
Then you sign a contract. Speak.
Actually, yeah, I kind of have to, because this is going on my channel. I'm part of Machinima.
Also, I have to download this later to edit.
Oh, that's true, but
That's true.
too, but...
Yeah, I gotta put it on the...
This is going to be his talking, isn't it?
Okay. Let's get this going. Billy.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the current, sort of, I don't know, hate towards commentary videos. There's lots of stuff on the internet saying, "Oh, non-comedy gamers are causing problems," or "Let's players they're doing these.
I know what you
It's
mean.
too easy for them."
Right. No, I know what you're saying.
Let's players' jobs harder because they are violating copyright. Blah blah blah.
I mean, it is
What
more.
goes on?
It is more difficult. Like, you know, personally, as long as you know what it is. It's like what people don't understand is, like, a lot of times a lot of non-commentary YouTubers or live streamers, they do it because they, you know, it's like they do it out of respect. You know, like the movie thing's a better example. Like, if you have a clip from a movie and you show multiple clips from a movie, you're not breaching copyright because you're just showing you're showing a short segment, and yes, you're not physically giving critique or something, but yet a title like text, you know, like what they put underneath the video would be like, in my opinion anyway, would count as fair use. Like, if you put up a clip of a movie and you call it funny scene from this movie, that's enough to me. Like, so a lot of people, a lot of companies, they'll try to like say, oh, that's bullshit, you know, they're stealing it. But you know what it is, like, I do have to say, there are non-commentary Let's Players who don't understand the concept of respecting the copyright material. Because they will show literally the whole game. And, like, you know, it's like, you just have to be careful if you're going to do that, because you have to be willing to accept the idea. Like, I don't think they're ruining things for Let's Players, because Let's Players is a different realm than non-commentary gaming videos, because gaming videos are meant for watching the footage. You know, it's like there's no voice behind it. It's just there to provide a way to see a game without having to buy it first, or just if you're interested. You know, I mean, I did hear that before, people saying that, because it's the same argument as people who do reviews, that what they say against people who put up a whole song or a whole unedited movie on YouTube. You know, like, because they do make things difficult, because they are stealing. That is stealing. They're not giving credit. They may not be making ad revenue off of it either, but they're still using it without permission. I mean, video games, like this is one of the many reasons why people are saying that they really need to update the copyright laws, like, desperately, because this is just one of the things they have to clarify on. I mean,
It's basically saying, do you want us gamers to have to do commentary to make a gameplay video, or still not do it without?
I don't think that there needs to be commentary. I mean, like,
it doesn't. No.
I mean, I mean, I'm more partial to commentary myself, but I find no problem with non-commentary. I mean, it's a matter of preference. That's what makes this country great, America.
Yeah.
We have the freedom of choice.
Yeah, but you know what I would say is there really should be a little less vague guidelines on what transformative work is.
Yeah,
I don't think they should tell you, oh, you have to do commentary. I think they should show you what isn't transformative. You know, like, they should just straightly say, if you don't use all, like, as of right now, fair use law is just, you can use small segments of copyrighted work for criticism, commentary, or education. That's all it is. And, you know, it does tick me off sometimes, because I'll watch documentaries, especially in school or something. I'll watch a documentary, and they'll actually quote, everyone too, they use the same thing. They quote the Copyright Act, I think it was of '76. And I look at it going, how come these guys can make tons of money off of their documentaries, who show whole TV commercials, or show whole scenes in a movie without talking over them, and that's okay, but a YouTuber does the same thing, and they get in trouble for it. You know, like, yes, again, this just goes into the whole story of the history of the content ID, and well, you know, that's another talk for another day, but that's just the idea, you know. It's like, it's just YouTube being too afraid of getting lawsuits from people, because you don't sue the little guy who uploaded the video, you sue the rich ass website. That's how it works. Like, I could put up some guy's movie in whole and not say a word about it, but that guy will sue YouTube, not me. You know, I won't be in trouble for this. I'll just lose my channel. Yeah, that's how they think. That's how they work. You know, it's like half the time it's not. They're not. It's half the time the creators of like if you play an indie game, half the time the creator of that game wouldn't be even aware that they copyright content claim your video because it's the company that they work for that does that, or a third-party company that they hired to do that, which is illegal. But you know, whatever. Because yeah, it's just more examples of the law needs to be updated. Like for one thing, it should be into law if you like. There should also be laws on content claiming, not just content stealing. Content claiming should have some laws, like guidelines on how to do it. You know, basically if some company, like if Warner Brothers is gonna content claim a movie, they have to make sure they have to put a lot of effort into it because. If it's easy as hell to do that, then they can just click on whatever they want and get money off of it. You know, but yeah, this is the stuff.
Even if they have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But you know, like that's just how it is. You know, it's like it does. I mean, in a way, it does. It does make things difficult. But like, it's just there needs to be more guidelines as to what is. You know, what should be respected more as transformative work. Because what a lot of people do, I think is interesting. Like, they won't even put text to explain what they're doing. Like, let's say you're playing New Super Mario Bros. And you want to make a video showing where all the star coins are on a level. What they will do is they'll make a border, and they'll put a star point counter, and they'll show star point number 1 or something. That's transformative, because you're using it as a way to educate people on how to complete that level. You know, like, a review is the easiest example, and it's the easiest thing to defend against people who claim copyright on it. You know, it's like, because you're criticizing it, you're giving your commentary, your thoughts on the game. Because the reason why fair use exists, which I think is an important thing for people to remember, a reason why fair use exists is because it limits people's freedom of press and speech if they're not allowed to criticize a piece of work. Because it's like, there's a thing called the balancing test. Yes, it does invade people's rights to have their copyright work stolen, but at the same time, if it's taken and used for a reason, transformative reasonings, that's how they express their First Amendment rights. That's why we have that. And there's other countries that have different versions of that. Like Australia, they don't have a Fair Use Act, but they pretty much have an act that allows reviews and nothing else. Like, they can't do commentary. They can't use it for education. They can only do it if they're reviewing it. Like, it's weird, but in America, I think it makes the most sense, because, you know, we have the First Amendment is much more clear. You know, like,
it's much more easy for gamers to do Let's Plays here than in Japan, because I heard that the copyright laws are there are much harsher.
Yeah, in Australia it's very harsh. So it's also a little harsh in. It can be harsh in the UK too.
Like,
yeah, it's like it's annoying,
a couple
but
places like that.
right. It's a shame
I
though.
remember like a couple of my videos that had like audio copyright, they got blocked for a while.
Right.
And I actually had a chat with one of my other YouTuber friends. They said, "Don't bother."
No, yeah, you might as well.
You're just gonna get a strike from them.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Even though it's fair use, you're gonna get a strike from them.
yeah, it's like it's interesting you say that because actually I was listening to a Let's Play recently on Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, and it was a good Let's Play. But the guy was saying that, and I didn't notice the whole game. But, because I wasn't listening to the music. But the guy was saying that, oh, by the way, I changed the music this whole time. And I said, wow, I really didn't notice. He used Star Wars music that was, that he found out wouldn't get flagged. But, at the same time, he got rid of the music in there because it wasn't the fact that he had a copyright strike, it's just that Germany couldn't see his videos. And he wanted people in Germany to see his videos, so that's what he did. And it's a lot of work, too.
Sorry,
The
it's
US
my
my
job.
videos.
Yeah, like if you notice anyone who makes a YouTube video, if you ever notice if they ban your video in certain countries, that's why, because it goes against their laws of copyright.
Racists.
Sure.
In that article,
Like
lies.
generally speaking, it's the fact that if you make a video the United States typically will get to see it more than anybody else because of the way the First Amendment and the copyright works together.
America. Yeah,
So
freedom
by
and peace.
blocking it, they're preventing your general audience from seeing it.
Yeah, that's what annoys a lot of especially professional YouTubers. That's what annoys them.
Yeah, freedom and peace,
Because
Bill of Rights.
they're missing a whole chunk of their viewer base.
Freedom and peace, Bill of Rights.
But it's like most of the time you'd find that I actually find that non-commentary YouTubers are a lot more clever with their series. Because like it's not that they do a let's play like a video episode by episode, bit by bit of the game. It's that they have to string along a certain theme. Like Tom, like our old friend Tom Smith. He hasn't been keeping up with his YouTube channels lately, but when he did, he had good stuff. Like he would show final bosses of levels, on Game Boy games. Like that was his series, final bosses of famous Game Boy games, or he would have he would show off arcade titles, which is a lot more easy. It's really easy to get away with that. Yeah, like and there's always that it's like particularly with video games, there's always that famous argument of video games are different than movies because you can't experience a video game the same way you can a movie, and that's what makes commentary and especially non-commentary videos much more interesting, where you can reshape a game to look like a movie, but at the same time it will never be a movie. Like there's people who. These people are really fun. There's people who take video games and they'll make a movie out of all the cutscenes. Like, like a lot, like there's this big.
They did that with Mortal Kombat 10.
Yeah, like they'll do it with games like Mortal Kombat and Sonic the Hedgehog. They'll take, they'll play little bits of levels and put it in between to make it look like they're progressing through. So it's not just like cut, blackout. And then and it's clever how they put it together, make it feel like a movie. But at the same time, it's never like a movie because you're missing like 2/3 of the experience of playing a game. Especially if there's a commentator. Especially if there's a commentator. Because they take away from the game and make it towards them. That's why the thing with face cam. That's an argument about that too. Like if you don't have a face, there's a balance between the commentator and the video. So if you have a face cam, it's more about the commentator, which is fair. There's a lot of people do. It's easier on them because of copyright.
Like Markiplier.
Yeah, like Markiplier. And then there's a lot of people like Chugga. Yeah, and then there's like Chugga Conroy.
Not everyone can claw information out of Donna's tight-fisted hands.
Yeah, PewDiePie is very famous for that. Like, and the most famous example of non-commentary let's plays are everyone from the Runaway Guys.
Oh yeah.
Because like Chuck Connor made a good argument for that. He said this. This is like I'm kind of paraphrasing his idea here. He's saying like everyone tells me to do face cam, and I have considered in the past, but I decided against it because face cam would make it more about me, but I want to make it about the game because Chuck Conroy is known for playing games that aren't very well known. Like he played Pikmin, and that he made that series pretty popular. He gave that series like a pretty good fan base, and he doesn't want to take credit for it, but he really did make the Okami series really popular when he let's played that.
Yeah, there's not a tickle in my throat.
That's pretty much what my channel is pretty much based off of. It's more about the game. I'm focusing more about the games, not about me. That's why I keep my personal life away from my YouTube life.
Yeah,
it's easier on YouTube. It's all about the game.
Right.
It's
yeah.
all about developing.
It builds on that balance more. Yeah, like it builds on that balance between the game and the uploader. Like if you don't have any commentary at all, it's all about the game. And it's just and it gives its varying degrees of legal trouble and varying degrees of attention. It's like you're most likely playing the game better. You're doing more. You can probably get more sidetracked with the game because you're not worried about the watcher. The watcher being entertained the whole time. You want to see what they're doing and observe the game, understand why they're doing something. It's interesting.
What do you like, True Darkness? Well, come on, what do you like?
Well, I can tell what he likes from based on his tabs on his Safari.
What's your preference?
Pornography!
Yes, I knew that.
That counts as 2 minutes. That counts as 2 minutes.
Yes, I had a feeling.
No, it's commentary because a lot of times I watch them for tips and tricks. I see how they play. They explain why they do some stuff. And then there's guys like Markiplier, which are just funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Markiplier is funny.
Yeah, there's people who play for comedy. There's people who play for education. Like that's why I really enjoy Chugga Conroy. Like he's really good at explaining why even developers made choices. He likes explaining why he takes the paths he takes. Everyone loves his Pokemon Let's Plays because he actually does bios on all the Pokemon you can find in the wild, and he does. And he'll put up their stats on the screen. He'll talk about the Pokemon, the usefulness of the Pokemon based on the part of the game you're in. whether he likes the Pokemon or not, whether it's used, how it's used competitively, or how it's used in 2-player battles or 3-player battles. And then there's YouTubers like Markiplier, who's just they're entertainers. You know, they're more for comedy. Like that's why JonTron's so famous, because he's the first guy to make comedic, to take that style of being a comedic goofball let's player and translating that to reviews.
My family and I were.
And it's like there's so many ways you can take. Like that's what makes video games such a big part of the internet, because you have the freedom to do stuff like that with something a lot of people invested their youth in or today in. You know, because video games, especially today, are very big. Like a lot more people play video games now than they did 20 years ago. A lot more people, a lot more age demographics play it, and it's funny because all the 8-year-olds play Xbox and all the 30-year-olds play Nintendo, and you think it's the opposite.
The threat of kidnap?
Yeah, well, guess what? Pokemon. Expected, what is it?
Expected demographic.
Expected demographic? Actual demographic.
Yeah.
Call of Duty. Expected demographic? Actual demographic.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter how much you want to give up.
Yeah. And you know, it's like, you know what's cool about it too? It's amazing when you let people do stuff like this. It makes it more. It lets people get more analytic and more intelligent with what they're doing. You know, there's never anything like the internet before where people can talk about a media thing. Like you used to have magazines or newspaper columns, but then you would have let's take a television show. Let's take Doctor Who. There's tons of YouTube channels dedicated to shut up Doctor Who, and shut up. And new example, because I don't want to hear this. Let's take the Animaniacs.
Who?
Alright, so the Animaniacs is a show from the 90s. Imagine in 2016 people are still talking about the show. That's the power of the internet. The internet can analyze character choices, it can talk about why writers came up with ideas, and it's got to the point where people get paid, where these YouTubers get so famous and get paid so much, where they can invite developers or invite writers to their channel. They can I actually saw a really cool. It was just some YouTuber, some regular guy. He was interviewing Tara Strong, the voice of Timmy Turner, Bubbles, Twilight Sparkle, Harley Quinn, Batgirl, and it was really cool to see a YouTuber interview a professional actress. It's stuff like that that makes these kind of things so great. You know, you can make this transformative work anywhere, and instead of worrying about so much damn permission, you just all I have to say is respect your copyright material. If you're going to use copyright material, make sure it's respected. That's all I'm going to say. But at the same time, I will also say that YouTube needs to let YouTubers be more respectful with copyright, because even when they do, they have issues. Like with Jim Sterling, I'm sure a lot of people heard this story by now, where he's getting protected by YouTube when it comes to copyright claim, because it was proven that this guy makes perfectly fair use videos, but he still gets taken down because he always does negative reviews. And these people are trying to take down these videos because they don't like what he has to say, and that goes against everything that fair use, especially.
I think you remember the whole HIE fiasco.
Was that which one was that?
I Hate Everything.
Oh yes. Yeah, you got that's what really kickstarted the Where's the Fair
Use sort of thing.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that kickstarted the Where's the Fair Use program, which I do wholly support. I probably knew this would come up. I'm going to take the time to say that's definitely something to support. It is actually making a slight difference right now, but it's something we should keep pushing.
Holy crap, the fridge is gone.
Yeah, Tyler took the entire fridge in his pocket. And for those who don't understand this, when this is on the Bicker Gamers channel, Supersonic Game Flicks plug, that's where Tyler's playing Fallout 4. Yeah.
Oh no, you're talking about it in my basement.
That's what I meant. The freaking fridge is gone.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, you didn't notice?
No.
Oh, yeah, the fridge is... the fridge is literally gone. Yes. I thought you meant in the game. I wasn't really paying attention to what he was doing in the game. Unlike Tyler, was completely paying attention. See the balance. Indeedly-do. Actually, speaking of face... when we talk about face cams, I think Tyler and I had an interesting conversation about that on one of these live streams. I was saying, it's interesting how on Twitch, you really should have a face cam at this point, but on YouTube, it's an option. But I say that because if you're live streaming, a big point of live streaming is talking live with the uploader. Like that was what's so exciting about it. Like Proton John, people like Proton John, or people like Markiplier can like talk to you in real time. So that's what people take advantage of that.
Well, what about the people who want to maintain their secrecy and their secret identity?
Well, they're better off going to be staying on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like people aren't attracted to live streams of people who aren't gonna express their personality unless it's a speed run. I think that's the only exception.
What about those? What about
without webcams?
What about those whose awesome handsomeness kind of goes beyond camera comprehension?
Yeah, I think you better like sticking to YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll take a
Stick
look.
with
Sure.
YouTube.
Yeah, because like Twitch is a new medium. It's a different medium. Even though you look at the two and you're like, oh, they're both video game videos. They are different because what makes live streams different is it's not about entertaining. It's not about creating a show or a movie style thing. It's about hanging out with people while playing a game. It's as if you're on the couch with them, watching TV with them. That's what they want to recreate. And then there's also genius things like Twitch Plays Pokemon, which that is a beautiful example of transformative work. Like, yes, they're showing the entire game without commentary, but they're using it as a collage work where other people are interacting with this, and they're showing like the moves that people vote on and how people are interact with the game. You know, it's interesting. It's transformative. It has this. It provides a new experience that you can't get strictly from the copyrighted work. But yeah, with that, we are out of time. So thank you all for watching.
Triple M reporting out.
Everybody else say they're up.
Bye.
Alright. Ciao, Dragon Daddy, I am out.
Okay.
Load.
Yeah. I'm probably going to be leaving that in, so if I forget.